Hello guys, and welcome to another GA flying video. Today we are in New Zealand, in Martins Bay, and we will do a short flight to Queenstown. Our plane today will be the A2A Comanche, as you can see already prepared on the runway. But before we start and before we will talk about the plane and the new patch, I just wanted to show you like a small plugin. It's called Campout utility. Sadly, it is payware. But I've checked on the marketplace and it was like a little bit cheaper. Well, probably because of my currency, but like either way, I decided like to buy it and show it to you. And this is just like my own camp that I have created from all of those parts in like 10-15 minutes. Okay, so let's just do a short showcase of what it is and what it can do. Okay, so you have it here. It's all in the sim. Here you have your camp around your plane, and you can simply add a lot of objects and also change the color of those objects. And once you have like created whatever you want to, whatever you like, then you can save your settings. Here there's like a bookmark button and everything will be saved. And next time you land, it will be set up in the exact same configuration around your plane. So pretty neat. There is like a limit on how much you can set up. It's I believe 300, so you cannot just spam it everywhere. That's saying this type of camp you can set up without any problem. Okay, I like it. And I also love those sounds here. I'm not sure if they are like new to 2024, but I think they have improved a lot of the immersion close to the ground. And here it just looks awesome. Okay. So as I said, the story for today is that we have to go to Queenstown. Let's just say that we were camping here and we are just out of supplies, right? We need some alcohol-free beer or something. And let me just show you the map. So we are here. And Martins Bay, so the place where we are at, is a custom airport, but a free one that everyone should have. I think it was like added with the update to New Zealand. And we'll just fly along those valleys up to Queenstown here. And as far as I remember, Queenstown is also custom now for everybody. So we will take a look. Okay, so let's say bye to the good dog, right? Good doggy. And we can start. So maybe before we start with the details, I just wanted to show you the patch notes of the last patch. 1.6.5, this is the newest one. I don't really see much interesting stuff for me here, but maybe you see something that was annoying before. This heat blur is interesting because I don't remember seeing it, but I was flying it the last time many months ago in 2020. But now when I saw it on YouTube, there's really like a blur effect around like the hot pitot tube that I think was not there before. I'm not sure. So pretty much when it came out, I did fly it for a couple of months. I considered using it for the world tour that I was planning. But in the end, it was like not robust enough, and I'm glad that I didn't do it. Because during this like tour, there was a lot of very hardcore situations, and this would be just like too weak, I guess. So in the end, I took the Cessna 310, and I was very glad. Also because it had like full anti-ice 2 engines when one fails, and so on. And also it had like a very strange bug with this one. So after flying like, I guess 1,000 miles in total, every time I was touching down, even if it was like a very soft landing, one of the cylinders was failing, right? I have no idea how this worked because the rest of the plane was totally fine. So it seemed like my safe state backed out. So this time I just have done a clean state, although this is like a used plane, right? So it's not new, it's just not mine, okay? It's not me who messed it up. When it comes to the livery, I did download some really cool custom liveries, but sadly the registration numbers were not working on them. So this is one of the standard liveries here. Okay, So despite this one working in MSFS 2024, there is no like walk around features. I mean, there is the standard walk around, right? That you also had in the Comanche before, but not the 2024 like clicking from the outside walk around. Okay. This comes also from the Camp plugin. You can set it up everywhere if there is no windsock to check like how the wind is blowing. So this is not only like cool from an immersion side point, right? But also just very practical. Okay. So let's just go into the plane. Okay. Let me show you the state, maintenance. So it's not as bad. We only have like an old fuel filter, so this should be fine. And the airframe is also fine. So I don't expect any problems on this one tour, but like everything is possible, especially since there can be some hidden ones that are not visible here. So we will see. We will do the whole walk around if I don't forget, right? Okay, so maybe let's start with the walk around then. I just need the battery and I will need the lights to check the lights outside. Well, pitot heat, it's not needed. Although we can check if it's heating, because I think that the cover is off. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do the walk around, and as I said, we still have to use like this old method. Right? Okay, so you can see the strobe is working. This one might not be visible during the day. This might not be visible during the day. Okay, so as I see, we won't be able to check many of the lights. Is the beacon visible? Yeah, it is. And here the light, is it red? Maybe. I don't know. It's maybe let's go back to the cockpit and let's just turn the lights off. Because we cannot see them, so it doesn't make sense to check them. And we will just like use up the battery this way. Okay, so we are already fueled up, so let us check if there is like nothing wrong with the fuel. I just used to the Aerostar. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so chocks off. Here we need to open the fuel valves, from what I remember. So we'll just open them. Okay, let's go back to this step. And let's check if we have any water inside. Seems fine. Okay, no insect nests, anything strange. Okay, let's check the oil, because I haven't checked it since I bought it, right? So everything is possible. It's pretty fresh, very clean. Okay, it's nice. Maybe the old owner like provided some new one here. Yeah. Is this the fuel? Yeah, it's the second tank. Okay, also fine. Okay, we don't need the chocks. Here, stall warning works. Okay, here we can click it. And we can see it's blue and not red, so it's cold. We won't be needing it during the flight today, so I'm not even checking it, right? Normally you can turn it on, wait until it's hot, and then you have it confirmed that it works. Okay, so landing light was not visible during the day, but it should work. Do we have even fuel in the tip tanks? Let me just check. Yeah, a little bit. So I guess we can take a look. Yeah, okay. Emptiness. They just assume it's there. Okay, no water, no water. Perfect. Okay, ailerons move freely. This shouldn't move at all. Nice. And we should check if it's working properly. I was just watching like the A2A video, and they said like a stack flaps is like the most dangerous thing that can pretty much happen, especially if it surprises you. It's like the plane can suddenly roll if it's just one that it's stuck and the other one will work. Okay, static port free. Where do I click? Okay, this is fine. This also sounds fine. Static port 2, also fine. We will only take our small bag, our city money and some documents, and it seems like it's ready. Let me just try the controls here. Always a little bit paranoid in those planes. Okay, this one I don't see. Okay, so I guess we can start. I was doing like a short round around, so we are not fully starting with a very cold engine, right? You can see the oil temperature is a little bit higher. So this also means that we won't prime as much as we would do like after a long time of the plane not working. So when it comes to this plane, I do like the checklist here, so let's just use it. Okay, so pre-flight complete, passengers we don't have any, seatbelts secure, control lock removed, is removed. Parking brake set is set. Okay, gear switch down is down. Flaps up, they are up, forward. Okay. Radios off. Okay, everything off. Circuit breakers in. So the circuit breakers are here. And we have a land. Really? Ooh. So this might be the reason why they were not visible. Interesting. Okay, or maybe I messed something up. So let me just... Okay, master switch. Landing lights. Let's wait, because it needs to build up heat. Okay, let me see from the outside. And now they are working. Okay, I can see the lights. So maybe I just misclicked when operating it before, because now they work. Okay, that was unexpected. Interesting. Okay, and rotating beacon on. Okay, fuel selector, desired tank. I think most people fly with like 2 tanks selected, but I do remember from discussions that there was a reason why you don't want 2 at once and you want to switch. Like for the startup, let's use 2. Okay. Okay, mixture rich. Can do that. Throttle cracked. Okay. Cracked. Prop forward. Okay. Carb heat is here and it's off. Okay, off. Master switch on, we have it. Fuel pump on. Okay, we do have it. Pressure check. So this is here. Let's see if it goes into the green. Okay. Here. Okay, so we can turn it off then. Off. Primer 1 to 5 strokes. We'll only do 2 because, as I said, like it was the engine was being run some time ago. So let's just do 2 and try it. Okay, let's secure it. Secured. Primer okay. Max both. Click, click, click. Okay, they are on both. Prop area clear. Okay, clear prop. Okay, nice. The bears know already. To be honest, I'm not sure if there are bears in New Zealand. Okay. Starter engage. So let's just engage it. And immediately it started because the engine was pretty warm. Okay, very nice. Oil pressure check. We do have fuel pressure, oil temperature and oil pressure. Okay, all nice. Mixture lean as required. Let me move our RPM down to 10 and lean the mixture until it's rough. Here. Okay. Okay, seems fine. Okay, and let's just move to the next one. Primer locked is locked. Avionics master on is on. Yeah, so I have already set up Queenstown, so let me just show you. here 113.6. We will be doing VFR, but just not to get lost, so you will have the signal here. Okay, because there is like a lot of those mountain valleys where you can get lost. Ammeter, always losing it here at 0. Okay. Radios on, they are on. We'll just do the transponder on. Transponder is required, altimeter set. We have standard pressure today, this was set. Heading indicator to the runway heading. Okay. Landing gear lamp green is green. Nav lights as required. Nav lights, from what I remember, are like really strange in this one, because if you do turn them on, the lights will get dimmed, right? Because it thinks it's night. Let me just show you. I'm not sure if this will. Oh, here you can see. Now I cannot see what the status of the landing gear is, which is dangerous. So I would just turn it off. Parking brake release and brakes on initial roll test. Okay. So let's first do the run-up. Position into wind. So according to our great sock here, we are in the wind. Okay. Brakes hold. Fuel quantity check. Let me just see. So one tank and the other tank. Okay, looks fine. Fuel quantity check. Fuel selector desired tank. Okay, so let's switch to one tank. So this is right. Wait a second, it's impossible to... I think I haven't done my homework because in the past I do totally remember how it's working. So let's do it like this one, because in the videos I have seen it's like this one. Why is it called? It's left tank and right tank, right? And tip tank or main tank or off. It's too smart for me. Okay, I guess in the past I was smarter then. Desired tank mixture is required, throttle 2000 RPM. So for those run-ups, let's do full mixture and let's go to 2000 RPM. Oh, this one I think you can fill with the EFB. Just see. At least you can in the new Aerostar. So it's always like this strange click spot here. Update digital engine monitor. Okay, so 2000 RPM then. Okay, I will lower the volume a little bit for you guys. Okay, and we are at 2000 RPM. Engine instruments. All in the green. Okay. Magnetos. Okay, so let's do a magneto check. Okay, the drop is around 1, I guess. It's going pretty rough on this one, but the drop is not so bad. Let me just see what's the expected one. 125. So this is 16, 17, 19. Yeah, so 1 is 1. So this was too high. Just try it again. Although there is this thing with like A2A planes that if they don't warm up enough, one of the magnetos will always have like a very serious drop. And this is also something in the Aerostar. I'm not sure in like how realistic this is. Let me just try again. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's a pretty serious drop, but at the same time I don't see any engineers and mechanics here. Maybe the guy there. Okay, this looks like a tool shed. But I think let's risk it with just one tour to the nearby city. I mean, what can happen, right? Okay, so just cycle the prop. Okay, nice. Carb hit check, if we will have a nice drop here and here. Okay, the drop is there. So pretty much the only issue is the right magneto. So let's hope we can make it to the city with it. And then, like in Queenstown, we will have a nice inspection. Why is it wobbling so much? Okay. Before takeoff. Controls, free of correct, we have done it, okay? Elevator trim, neutral. I even remember where it is, yay, okay. Radar trim as required, we don't need it. Doors ledged. Okay, now it's ledged. Okay. Flaps as desired, let's do flaps 1. Fuel selectors desired tank. Oh, maybe I should close one. Now I remember, and then it will be only feeding from one. Okay. Okay, so we are only going with the right one, which is this one. Okay. Okay, I'm sure it will be fine. Okay. Fuel pump on, even pump. Okay. Mixture full rich, we have it already. Prop full forward, it is. Okay. Carb heat on, engine go. Okay. Pitot heat is required. Strobes on, landing lights on. Okay. Okay, and let's just hope everyone moves out of the way. Maybe let me check. I think rotate speed is 85. Let's check. Yeah. So it's miles, right? So this one is miles. It's good to remember. Okay, engine. Okay, positive climb. Okay, gear. Okay, okay. And the climbing speed is 105. Okay, I can do it. Let me just see. Oh, we are getting caught already, standing on the ground with the engines on. Okay, so let's not waste any more time. The like healthy limit is 400. Okay, like always, talking too much and not flying the plane enough. Okay, so I think we are ready. Let's say bye-bye to the dog. Okay, bye dog. And we can fly. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. I'm not sure how well it accelerates on this ground, but we will just see in a second. Let me just get a view that will show me all of the instruments. And this is full forward start. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Yeah, so the pilot from A2A said that this is like an outdoor aircraft, that it has like very robust wheels, right, and tires. But as we could see, it doesn't mean that it won't be very shaky, right, when doing it. So I'm just wondering if this would be like safe in the real world, right? Okay, so once again, we are pretty hot running. Let's just not reach 400, and we can just remove some of the propeller speed from here. Okay, let's just not climb. Let's give the plane the opportunity to cool down in the airflow. And let me just take a look at my map. So the heading that we are looking for is 332. So just so we don't go into the wrong valley here. Oh, no, it's not free to. Okay, I know what happened. This is fine. So just to explain you, because this airport was not in sky vector, I did plot the course, the route from Queenstown to here, right? So this is why I was thinking it's the wrong course, right? It's the exact opposite of the one. Okay. Okay, and now we can just cruise along. Let me just watch the temperatures. Okay, so we do have autopilot, but like it's pretty simple. We can just turn on the autopilot system for now. Just like wonderful views. So I think it's the second place that I prefer like VFR flying in after Alaska. I think like New Zealand is maybe even like better, but it's like pretty small. So I do have the feeling that there's like more different terrain types in Alaska. Plus in Alaska you also more often get this like crazy weather. In New Zealand it's mostly wind, right? But you don't get those like crazy snowstorms in the middle of summer and other stuff like this. Obviously, like the same happens as like in other videos. When I'm talking too much, I forgot to retract the gear. Luckily it was still in safe speed, so let's just hope that it will work. Yeah, so as I was explaining in one of the other videos, right? I'm a flight simmer for many years and like love watching videos from other YouTubers, but I was like always wondering why they don't notice that like they haven't done something or that something is wrong. And now since I've started doing it, I totally understand, because it's so easy to forget something when you're also like narrating and trying to explain what you're doing. Okay, so we should reach 160 miles, which should be around 140 knots, right, in those circumstances, so this should be fine. Okay, let me just see if we are already picking up the distance. Yeah, this is the distance to the VOR, so we can at least see if we are going into the right direction. Okay, also. You won't be using the HSI, but just to see where Queenstown is, more or less. Okay. So for now we are just following the river. Okay, let me just pull down the volume a little bit. So you can select if you want like a cabin that is soundproof, or this one here. And in this one you can hear like the wind really loudly, I guess. Okay, let's just set up more of a cruise setting, I guess. 23 here, a little bit more, less power, and we can take off a tiny bit of this one. We are kind of at 3,000 feet, so we are at an altitude where it starts paying off to lean, right? There is also like a lane assist in this computer, pretty similar to the one in the Aerostar that I was showing in the Aerostar video. That saying, it's only what I remember because I haven't used it for many months. Okay. So I think they said that in order to start leaning, you need to be at 65% horsepower, so like engine power. So this would be a good place. You just need to stabilize the plane a little bit. We can do like an, if it's stabilized, let me just, oh, that's a lot of wind. Okay. I'm now trying to remember how the autopilot was working. Okay, because this is altitude and gauge, from what I remember. But I was doing it so many times in the past. Okay, so here it's ready. Okay. So this will be heading hold. So please, heading hold. And in addition to heading hold, you can turn on altitude. Okay. As I said, I always trying to do like research before the flights, but still I'm kind of clumsy and easily confused, so I might forget some details. Okay, let's just update this one, so we know where the city is. And now let me just make sure that everything is fine. We don't need the fuel pump. Let me just check the climb. Okay, so fuel pump off, power reduced at 1000 feet, throttle 2400. It needs additional trim when it's doing this, because the autopilot has only limited trim access, right? So you need to help it. And just move the heading a little bit so we don't fly into the mountain. Yeah, really majestic here. But you know what? Let me do the soundproofing of the cabin, because there seems to be like a lot of wind and it's really loud. Just need to find the advanced options. No. Oh, an interesting bug. Let me just try to remember. Maybe it's only on the ground? Not sure. I think we will have to, let me just take a look at the map. So we are coming down here, so right and then down. Yeah, following the river here. I mean, would the river go? Oh, because it's flowing down to the sea, right? So it makes sense. So this is probably the right place. Whoa, the wind is really killing me. Okay, interesting. That's saying. Let's go back to our checklist. Okay, so we do have climb, throttle set, prop set, mixture lean, fuel pump off, pump, fuel pressure, engine in the green, in the green, in the green, in the green. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. So I misled you. Now I see it. It's not my fault, because I was like watching a tutorial from another YouTuber and he was checking the fuel here. So now I do remember the fuel for the main tanks is here, right? So once we reach this dot, we will have to switch tanks. Okay. Now it all comes back to me. Come on, there are two rivers. Let me just take another look at Okay, this is correct. So we are taking the first one. Because this is also what the map says, right? That there's one that is higher, and then there is one that is lower. So we are taking the higher one. Yeah, I do remember that, like, the Comanche was like very dramatically reacting to wind, like that it was very loud and also like very shaky. Okay, so we don't need the landing lights. This is fine, the RPM is fine. Okay, so everything is in the green. I would maybe gain some more altitude, just to make it safer. So altitude mode off, right? And let's just gain, I guess we can just turn off both of those to have full control. Yeah, really majestic. In the past I liked to fly here with the Antonov, this AN1 that was provided for free in MSFS 2020, right? And I think it's one of the most immersive planes. That saying, from what I read, it's bugged in MSFS 2024. I think you can only select one tank and cannot switch it, because otherwise it bugs out. And also, like, the brakes don't work on it. Okay. But people still fly it. So maybe I will also try. Okay. So I guess we can do the tank change already. So this one goes, yeah. It's better not to mix up the right order so we don't lose fuel. This was supposed to be a relaxed flight. Guess we will have to work for this, like, alcohol-free beer then. Okay, but I think we are on track. 27 miles, but like we will have to go around a little bit if we don't find a shortcut, because there is a shortcut somewhere where you can switch to a near valley. Okay, let me just stabilize the plane a little bit. Just pushing me to the side like crazy. Okay, so APL. Let's center the heading back. Okay, it's ready, heading mode, and altitude hold mode. Okay, nice. Okay, you cannot close those. Let me just take a look at the map. Okay, I can show you outside view for a second. I hope it will be not too loud. Nah. Okay, it's much louder inside than outside then. We do need to watch for gyro drift, okay, because it's on. I hope it's on. I didn't disable it, so it should be on. Oh. Yeah, really great. In X-Plane there was also like a great scenery for New Zealand. It was like free, not photogrammetry, but the other stuff, ortho scenery. Now I remember. Okay. Yeah. Yes, yes, no, yes, yes, okay, there. Let me just see. So we have a second one merging with us. Okay, this is fine. Oops. Whoa. Okay, so this should be fine. That should be like a turn somewhere. Yeah, I think we need to go there. Okay, so let me just... Yeah, VFR flying. Okay. Okay, let's do like a coordinated turn as much as I can. I think this is our turn here. It was supposed to be a sharp turn, so I would just assume this is the one. Yeah, and this would also match the arrow, because it's supposed to be close by. Okay, and just remove some of the speed. And I have those strange freezes, just wondering why. Yeah, so like in general, when it comes like to the sim to 2024, it's like rock solid for me. It's pretty much like maybe crashing every 50, 60 flights, so like almost never. Much better than any other sim before. Okay, and this is like the lake that Queenstown is like located at. Okay, so it wasn't like such a long way, because on the map it seemed pretty long, but we are pretty much already here. So we will have our nice beer, alcohol free, obviously. Okay. Okay, okay. Some hand flying, some strong wind. Fun, fun. Okay, now we can go to altitude reporting. So the ATC in Queenstown can see all of the data. Okay, and let's make it as visible, because there should be some more air traffic here. Nice. Okay, and the pointer is correct. That I just love radio navigation. It's like, it's hard to describe, right? It's so easy, and it's like always an adventure in itself. And it's less preparation than just having to type in a GPS course. Okay, let's add some power. Okay, let me just do a short check of everything. Seems fine. Fine, fine, fine. It's 20 degrees, so pretty nice. Oops. And 70 miles. 17 miles. Yeah, I can understand people loving this country, but it probably like wasn't easy without like technology and stuff to travel here. I mean, here probably by boat, right? But like in other places, with like those high mountains barriers everywhere. Okay. Yeah, it feels really good. One thing that I noticed was not working in 2024 is when I opened the window, you couldn't hear those great like forest sounds, right, that you could hear in the beginning. So this is also something that they might correct. And obviously that even if you like go out with your 2024 avatar, right, and the walk around view, then you are still seeing the pilot inside, which is kind of lame, right? But let's just hope that they will fix it. I just think they are currently occupied with the Aerostar, right? There's still a lot of stuff left to do in this plane. It's not as refined as this one. Oops. Let me just check the airport charts so that we know where the GA apron is. Okay, so let me just show you. Let me make sure that it's stable. It should be. So we will be landing here and probably somewhere here. Just see parking stands, main terminal, fuel farm. So possibly somewhere here, I guess. Let me just see what the weather is. Do I have ITs here? 1 to 6.4. Let me just check if I'm not too slow. No, 1 to 6.4. Okay. Do I need to turn on COM1? 1 to 6. Oh, okay. Okay, 1013 is 229er, so we have set it up. I'm kind of let me just, yeah, so 23 is the opposite side, right? So we might do like a short loop and just land from the other side. We will get some nicer views this way. Okay. Okay, perfect. We can go down a little bit so you will see the city, which I think is also like corrected, right, by hand. Yeah, I almost want to say that like the Aerostar is better at head flying, but I'm still not sure. But like for sure, there's like it's like a lot of subtle stuff, right? Subtle stuff that is better at this one. But I think actually hand flying is more fun in the other one. At least like after those flights that I have done. Okay, so do we have all? Can do the fuel pump just to be prepared. And the runway is here. Okay. So we'll just go around. Let me see if there is like a nice approach that would be suitable, like for a small plane. No. Only approaches that require like big planes to go over the mountains here. So this is not something that we will do. I'm not even sure if we can go so high in such a short time. Okay, so we will just do a loop. Let me just take a look. Clicking through all of the approaches now. No. Oh yeah, the circuit here. Okay. Yeah, so over. No, that's a circuit in like the opposite direction, right? Because I want to land here and not like start from here. Okay, so I will just do it by hand then. Just go over the mountains. I'm sure it will be fine. Okay, outside view. Ooh, this is nice. Actually, when it comes to the inside sounds of this Comanche, I think they are still like better than the ones from the Aerostar. There's still something missing in the Aerostar. Because here, because of those like deep, bassy sounds, you kind of feel like you're feeling the vibrations, right? That go from the engine to the aircraft. And there, it's like only a very high sound. So maybe this is why you don't have the feeling, right, of really being inside. But I do believe that they will make it better and better with time. Okay. Can I just make a short approach here? Nah, let's go over those two hills and then go down. So I guess some more work before we get our groceries. And the dog is waiting, right? Nobody thinks about the dog. Yeah, some great terrain here. No wonder they have done like the Fellowship of the Ring here. No, this is great. Some really high quality textures. Let me take a look at the tanks. They are kind of even, which is strange, because I was thinking we were flying for longer on the other tank. Probably like messed something up again. I don't think so this time. Is it like a road going up here? Wow. Okay, so let's just reduce the speed so we can make like a tighter turn in this case. Yeah, there must be a great view when you are living here. Okay. Just make sure. Sadly, don't have head tracking enabled. Okay. It's the gear horn, not the stall warning. Let me just get my nose up because I want to go into flaps range. Yeah, okay, flaps 1. I know. Okay. I just do gear down so we lose some speed. And now we won't have to listen to this gear horn. Okay, for a moment I was thinking this road here on the right is the runway. Okay, VFR must. Okay. Not good. I'm just wondering, like before sim update 3, I never had those freezes. So I'm just wondering if this can be connected. Let me just see if the gear is down. It's not. Oh, because it's a free position switch. Yeah, Comanche master. Yeah, was flying 1,000 miles. Sorry, guys. Okay, this explains a lot. Okay, let me just quickly see. Approach, landing 90, approach 120. Okay. So we have 110 and we will be landing with 90. I think it was possible to change in the option from a free position switch to a 2-1. I do remember something like this. Okay. Some more flaps. Now we can do full propellers. Mixture. Ooh, low-res runway, something I haven't seen for a very long time. Okay. And 95 is like the recommended speed. I have to use like a lot of radar input for some reason. I'm just wondering why. Because the wind was supposed to be directly pretty much from... what is happening, Kosovo? It was supposed to be from the direction of the runway. The runway is running away from me. Okay. Nice. Okay, flaps up, so we don't get moved by some possible wind gusts. Oh, interesting. Using the toe brakes moves me to one direction. Maybe one of the brakes is like more worn than the other one. Okay. So let's not foul the spark plugs. And let me see. Yeah, this seems promising. But we will need to cross the other runway. This way. So let's not turn off the strobe and the landing lights yet, because we will be crossing. I don't need the fuel pump. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, some tight turns here. I like the grass. Nice detail. I'm wondering if this is like this awesome Orbex scenery, because they had one that was changing depending on the time of the year, and like a lot. And it was pretty expensive, so maybe this is this one. Okay, so we have crossed. GA apron, hello. Let me just take another look at the map. I can also show you like the landing rate. I mean, it was smooth, but we like used half of the runway, right, for such a small plane. Okay. Yeah, the wind was exactly. So I might have a problem with my like rudder pedals still, because I needed lots and lots of input. Strange. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, maybe here and then to the back, because it was also not specified. Yeah, let's do it. So now we don't need the landing light, we don't need the strobe light. Ooh. I'm wondering if it's possible in this one to like clean the spark plugs. I think it was, because I have tested it before. So maybe we can just clean the right one. Oops. Alright, a second, I just want to test something. Because here it's blocked, right? So maybe... Oh, there is no door here. Okay. I was thinking maybe it was so loud inside, like the wind was so loud because this was open. But like, no door, right? Bloop, bloop. Yeah, really nice grass. Okay, so let's not... Well, let's maybe go here. Really amazing mountains. Okay. And let's say that our area... No, rescue helicopter. Okay, this looked so promising. Let me just take another look at the stands here. Okay, fuel farm, so we are here. So let's go here. Sadly, it's not provided. Maybe like in the text version of the documents. I won't keep you here like when I will be reading. We'll check it out for the next flight. Yeah, okay, let me center. Oh wait, this is actually the asphalt that is so uneven. I was thinking I was with one wheel on the ground, right? Okay, I'll just park here. Maybe you can find like a mechanic here that can take a look at the magneto. Okay, so what is it? Southern Lakes helicopter. Okay. Very immersive. Okay. And here... Oh, a flight school. Yeah, perfect for me. The perfect place for me. Is this like... Oh, because this is like this training circle for flying helicopters, right? I saw it in like instruction videos. Okay, guys, I will not waste your time and like now search for the correct place. So I will just turn this one off. Rotating beacon stays, this stays. Okay, so we don't need the radios. I think we can also turn them off here. Here. Okay, so avionics master off. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. No, I was thinking maybe it was like moving me to one side because there was like a fuel imbalance, but it doesn't seem so. Okay, so there might be something with my pedals still. Let's just move it back to neutral because I will for sure forget on the next flight. Okay. And with this, we can just turn off the engine. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. You don't need this, don't need this. Here we can open it. Yeah. Okay. We just go outside like this one. Okay, guys, and thank you for flying with GA Flying. We did it, and now we can buy our groceries. Oh, nice effect. The silver one. Okay, so see you in future videos, and I hope you had fun on this one. Bye bye.